to the Cassandra Terry Morning Show. Cassandra Terry, the mindset coach and founder of Manifesting Miracle Makers, rounded up her LinkedIn family once again. First, we've got Brian Smart, Mr. Content and Dadpreneur. He's striking the perfect balance between raising his youngest daughter and creating masterful content. Next, meet Denise Annalise Phillip, the gig expert and relentless traveler and writer. She turns every gig into an adventure. Then there's Jay Pasquale, a storytelling strategist, a poet and voiceover artist. He's weaving tales that'll make you think, laugh, and maybe even change your perspective. And wrapping it up, we have Eric Clark, the soul speaker and author. He's here to soulfully help you craft your story and narrative. Get ready for a show filled with wisdom, inspiration, and the magic of family. Let's welcome Cassandra Terry and the rest of the family.
Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Today is Wednesday, the first Wednesday of the new year, and we are focused on waking up. Not our physical wake up, but waking up mentally and emotionally and tapping in and making sure that we're connected, that we're intentional about how we're spending our precious resources, our time, our energy. What are we focused on? How are we planning for this new year? How are we planning for today? Have you set your intentions for today? If you're clear about what it is that you want to accomplish for the day, it makes it really, really easy to make decisions all day long. Either the things that are showing up for you are going to boost that. They're going to move you towards what it is you want to accomplish, or they won't. And if they won't, why do them, right? Why even bother? And so your yeses can be yes, and your no's can be no's, and you can feel really good about just that. And so I'm here to encourage you to be intentional, to get your day going, to be clear about what it is you want to do with your day, and write it down. Write it down. There is something about writing down what we intend to do that makes life so much easier. It commits us to what it is that we're working on and gets us moving in that right direction. So I want to encourage you to stop whatever it is that you're doing before you get too deep into your day and think about, tap in. What's important to me? What is it that I really want to accomplish? And once you've decided that, it gets so much easier. It gets so much easier to decide how you're going to spend your precious resources. How are you going to spend your day? What are you going to do with that day? Who are you going to spend it with? What are the things that are going to absolutely get a yes from you? And what are the things, maybe not, right? Our yeses have to mean yes, and our no's have to mean no. And when we get to a point to where that's the case, when we get to the point where we are really serious about our yeses and our nos, and we mean what we say in that space, when we get to that point, everything changes. Everything changes. Our support system begins to understand, right? They understand that we mean what we say. They're more supportive of what we say. And we start to set boundaries for ourselves and create an experience that will allow us to actually start to move towards the life that we desire. We deserve it. We only, as far as we know, on this side, we get this one life. And so what are you going to do with it? It's yours. It is absolutely yours. And when you get to the end of it, you don't want to think about wasted time. You don't want to think about the things you wish you had done, the people that you wish you had spent time with, the things that you wish you had said. There's no time like the present. So do it now. Do it afraid. Do it frustrated, do it concerned, do it with shaky legs, but just do it. And the way that you do it is breaking down whatever it is into small steps. So you want to have that big goal. Where am I today? And ultimately, where am I going? What am I trying to get to? Yes, we want to have that. But in addition to that, we want to start to break that down. Break that big goal down into little bitty bite-sized pieces. What can I do today, right now, that's going to start moving me towards my goals? If you can answer that question, you are well on your way. You have a plan, and then when you start to put energy behind that plan, you're implementing it, you start to get things done. That's what we want. That's what we want. It's great to have dreams. It's great to have goals. It's the beginning of the year. New year, new me. Everybody's thinking about how last year went and what they'd like to see differently this year. That's all great. We want to do it. But if we want to ever get from dreaming about it and to actually having those things, we have to break those big dreams down into goals daily, and break those goals down into daily tasks, and step by step, choice by choice, bit by bit, you'll get there. And the choice part is so important. That's why it's really important for us to understand who we are and what we really desire, because our lives get so consumed by what should be, other people's opinions, the things that people believe that we were made to do, the things that we should do, how we should go on about it. And if you're not careful, you will spend your life so busy living up to other people's expectations, but you'll never be productive because you won't have defined what your expectations are, what the goals are for your life, and build your plan around that. I talk about it a lot. There's a big difference between being busy and being productive. When we're busy, we're doing a lot of stuff. Who do you know that's not busy, right? Everybody's busy doing a lot of stuff, hopefully getting things done, but are you productive? When you're productive, you're doing the right stuff at the right time to have the life that you desire. Not the life that someone believes that you should live, not doing things the way folks think they should be done, but actually moving forward, creating goals for that life that you believe, that you really crave, the things that you really want to do, opening up to that. And sometimes it takes getting quiet, getting still, allowing yourself to dream, and just stepping back and sitting in and allowing yourself to dream. What comes up when you're quiet and you're starting to ask yourself, what's my ultimate life? If I had no constraints, if I could do whatever it was I wanted, money was not a concern, time was not a concern, the expectations of others, no concern. If you didn't have any constraints on yourself, what would your life look like? It's important to know that and to spend time with that and feel it. Get excited about it. Allow yourself to experience emotionally, mentally, physically. If you're sitting at the beach, feel the wind on your face. Feel the sand under your toes. Smell the ocean air. Allow yourself to really get immersed in that dream. And once that dream is clear to you, now we get down to the fun part. We start to figure out how we're going to get from where we are to actually bringing that dream to life. How do we do that, right? The question is up to you. The answer is up to you. You actually have to start to plan it. If I want to go from here to here, what are the steps necessary for me to get there? Think about you going to the mall. There's this brand new store. You've heard all about it. You're excited about it. You want to go. And no matter what you do, you can't find it. You can't find the store in the mall. So what do? You go to the directory. And that directory will have two pieces of information. The first piece of information is you are here. There's this gold star or white star. There's a star on the directory that's identifying for you where you're currently located. Important piece of information. And then secondly, it's going to tell you where that store is. So when you know where you are and where it is you're trying to go, now all you have to do is plot chart your path to get from point A to point B. Now you've got your plan. You know where you need to go. What are the steps to get there? Write them down. What am I going to do today? What am I going to do today differently than what I did yesterday so that I can actually start progressing towards the life that I desire? That's the $1 million question. You have to commit. You have to know. So I have a quote that I wanted to share with you guys today that really sets the tone for Wake Up Wednesday and intentionality and what that's all about. Living intentionally means waking up each morning with a clear sense of purpose, and let me get that out of my way, and a commitment to live your life to the fullest. So I'll read it again since I stumbled a bit. Living intentionally means waking up each morning with a clear sense of purpose and a commitment to live your life to the fullest. And that was said by Michael Hyatt. So let's break it down into a couple pieces. Living intentionally means waking up each morning with a clear sense of purpose. We talked about that from the very beginning. What do you intend to do with these 24 hours that you've been blessed with today? First of all, see them as a blessing. Sometimes we wake up and we wake up to the drudgery of it all. Oh my God, I'm so tired. Oh my God, I can't wait. I can't believe I have to go to this job. I wish I didn't have to do this. I've got this list of things that I have to do and I'm just tired. That may be true. I wouldn't take that away from you because like I said, we are all so very busy. So that's probably true. But is that mindset going to give you the energy you need, give you what you need to really get pumped up, get going, and prepare to win your day? It's not, right? So instead, let's be grateful. First of all, we did something that a lot of people didn't do. We woke up. So we can start with that. I am grateful to see another day. And now we get up. We've got a roof over our heads. We've got some food to eat. It may not be everything that you wanted, but there's something. So look for the things to be grateful for. Look for the abundance in your life, not the things that you don't have. When we focus on what we don't have, then that's all we see. We see less and less, and we get more and more frustrated, and we lose the ability to keep moving forward. We get just down in the dumps, and it's hard to even get out of bed and get going. But we can control that most of the time. There are some folks who have a chemical imbalance, and we don't want to skate by that. So if you need medical attention, if you need therapy, if you need help, by all means, get it. That's investing in yourself. That's helping you to set up yourself for the life that you desire so that you can keep moving forward. So by all means, do it. Do what you need to do to get to the best version of you so that you're happy as possible in your current situation, you're whole as possible, and you're thinking solution, not problem. When we're thinking problem, all we see are more problems, right? You see me clicking over here, it's because I'm having major problems technically. My main, for whatever reason, one of my streams just won't go. But I'm going to go with what I have. I could focus on the fact that this stream isn't going and probably be really frustrated and distracted and not give the best of me to those of you that are here. Or I can focus and be grateful for each and every one of you that showed up. I'll upload the video later to the other stream, right? There's a way to keep going. But in order to keep going, where you have to focus correctly. Are you focusing on what's working, or are you focused on what isn't? It's completely up to you. And if you don't get anything else from today's live, I want you to realize that you have more control than you think you do. You really, really do. Because you can control. You are not a victim of your thoughts. You're not a victim of your emotions. You can absolutely control them. But it begins with tapping in and being aware of what they are in the first place. What are the things that I'm telling myself about myself on a regular basis? What is that inner voice saying to me? Is it saying things that motivate me and push me out and push me forward and keep me going? Or is it saying things that hold me back, that keep me stuck, that makes me fearful to try something new? There's no right or wrong answer here. There's just the answer. And I want to encourage you to find that answer, because in getting that awareness, you put yourself again in more control to do something about it, to change what's not working for you. A lot of times we go through life just on autopilot. We've got this messaging that's quietly playing in the background that's telling us, you better not do that. You're going to fail. What if you don't fail? Can you handle the responsibility? People aren't going to take you seriously. There's all this negative messaging. When you find it there, don't get upset about it. Don't beat yourself up. Be grateful that you found it, because now you're in a position to reframe it, to change it, so that you can get out of your own way and actually start to move towards the life that you so desire. It can happen, and it's up to you. It's up to you. You can do the inner work. Do that work and move forward in your life. But where are you going? What does forward look like? What's the finish line? Is there a finish line? For me, my finish line is my last breath. And up until that point, I'm sure there's always going to be something that I'm working towards, because we're always evolving. So, but are there milestones along the way? What are things that you really want to accomplish? What are things that are important to you? Get really, really clear about that. The clearer you are, the more you know of that, the better you can set up your life to win. The better you can accelerate your process from going from where you are to where it is that you'd like to be. There are always going to be things that are cropping up and vying for your attention. There's a new shiny something that's going to pop up every day. There's obstacles and issues and people that need your help that's going to pop up all the time. And that's just life, right? We're all a part of this world. We know how it goes. But the difference between those who accomplish their goals and those who don't, intentionality is a big part of that difference, right? If you have a hard time being intentional, if you haven't gotten the clarity about where it is that you're trying to go, how do you know even what to say yes to versus what to say no to? You don't. Right? You're maybe going off of a feeling, but you don't have a clear goal for yourself, which means you don't have a clear path forward. So I want to encourage you to get that clear path forward by spending that time and tapping in. You want to start each day with a plan. What are 2 or 3 things that I'm going to accomplish today, so that when I go to bed tonight, I know that I've had a successful day? And write them down. I've got my notepad ready. I'm going to write down the 3 things that I want to make sure that I get done today. And then at the end of the day, I get the pleasure of marking them off. I'm a checklist girl. So being able to mark stuff off my list gives me a little boost of energy, makes me feel good. I know that about myself. So why not use that to my advantage? The more you know about yourself, the better. Hey, Eric and Sonia, I see you guys on Instagram. Thank you for joining. Sonia, good morning. I see your comment there. And so many of you have joined on TikTok as well. I want to say hello to the TikTok audience. I have not been on in quite a while. I was coming on here daily and got distracted. But I'm back, and I plan on being here at the same time on TikTok Tuesday through Friday. So thank you guys for joining in. And any comments, drop them and I will respond just as quickly as possible. But I did want to take a moment to welcome both audiences. LinkedIn is not here. That's the one I'm struggling with today. But I've got Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok. So happy to see all of you guys. And on Wednesdays, we always talk about being intentional. And I had mentioned a few minutes ago the quote for today. Living intentionally means waking up each morning with a clear sense of purpose and a commitment to live your day to the fullest. So we talked about the waking up with purpose, with intention. But what does it mean to live your day to the fullest? Again, I want you to understand that the answer to that lies within you. Define for yourself what success is. Define for yourself what a full life looks like. What would be a full day? For me, the 3 things that I'm going to write on here when I get off the live, that's going to be my full day. If I get those things done, I will have had a successful day, right? And that's what I want you to do for yourself. It's not my opinion of what success looks like. It's not even your parents, your teachers, your if you're a creator, your audience. You have to define that for you. And then you get really focused and intentional about creating that life for yourself. If you do that, you will live a life that's fulfilled. You'll have a lot fewer shoulda, woulda, couldas, I wish I hads. Those things won't be a part of your story because you will have been intentional in how you've constructed and lived your life. And most folks are on autopilot. We are going through through the motions, and we are reacting to whatever crops up. So you're living this reactionary life. There's no intention in that. But what you want to do is take control, tap in, get clear about what you want, and then get busy day in and day out, putting one foot in front of the other, moving yourself towards the goals that you have set for yourself. That's going to take some clarity. That's going to take some intentionality. All right. And so that's what I wanted to talk to you guys about today. And I wanted to make you aware if most folks that are watching are around often, so you guys may already be aware of this. But coming up on this Monday coming the 8th at 6 p.m. Central, I'm hosting a virtual vision board party. And that's all about getting the clarity that you need. It's all about being intentional about what you're working towards this year. We start with just some grounding to help you get present, and then we will have a small goal setting workshop where we talk about what it is to set clear good goals, what's the elements of good goals, so that you know that you're really capturing goals that you can obtain. And then after you're clear about what it is that you want, then you'll be free to either physically or virtually create your vision board. There is something about the process of really connecting, finding those visual representations of the things that you desire, and creating them and putting them somewhere. I'm doing this because my board's right there. I'm a hand talker. But yeah, I've got my vision board, and it just had a birthday on the 1st, and it's so fulfilling to look at it and see the things that I put up there that have already come true. And it's also helped me focus and be intentional about the other things that I'm dreaming of. It keeps them right in my face so that I'm so that I consistently have them in front of mind, and I'm always working towards them. I want you to ask yourself on a regular basis, when you find yourself busy doing whatever activity is that you're doing, ask yourself why. Why am I doing this? Why is a very important question, and it can reveal a lot for us. Why am I doing this? Am I going to get closer to my goals by this activity that I'm in? Am I doing it because it's just something that I've always done? Am I doing it out of obligation because somebody asked me? It doesn't matter what the answer is. What's important is that you get the answer. You know the answer. Because when you do that assessment and you honestly get to an answer, then you can decide for yourself, am I going to continue with this activity? Is it helping me create the life that I am dreaming of, that I'm working towards? If the answer is no, then the next question is, why am I continuing to do this? It will really help you get clear. Am I a busy person or am I a productive person? A busy person is doing a lot of stuff all the time. There is something vying for our time and attention at every moment. We never run out of things to do. But when you're productive, you're doing the right things at the right time to create the life that you desire. So you want to focus on and be intentional about bringing about and doing those things that are going to get you productive, not just busy. Know the difference, categorize your activities, and make sure the majority of your time is in that productive category, right? And some people may not think about it, but part of being productive is self-care also. Taking care of yourself, stepping back from it all, detoxing for a little bit from social media. Can you imagine? Shutting down, not responding to every beep and ping from the phone. Those things are a part of being productive as well, because we only have so much capacity to be productive. And if we don't step away from all those activities at some point in time and recharge the battery, get things going again, then we diminish just how productive we are. We may be still doing it, but not doing the things as well as we're capable, not doing them to our full potential because we're tired. I hit a wall last night. I was working and I said, I've got nothing left. I keep making a simple mistake, have to keep redoing the work. That is my body, my brain telling me it's time to rest. It needs me to stop and to get into a comfortable position and to do anything other than what I'm doing. Step away from the laptop and allow your brain to rest. I went to bed early. I woke up well before my alarm clock, bright eyed, bushy tail, ready to go, fresh, refreshed. And so you have to listen to you. I know for a fact that first thing in the morning and later at night is when I'm typically most productive. I'm most on it. The brain is firing on all cylinders. Around 2 to 4 in the afternoon, I'm really not that good. I'm tired. My day's already been long. My body is just not, I just don't feel as well, just not as energetic, not as sharp. So I know that. And because I know that, I'm intentional about not doing brain work during that time of the day. So I pack my morning and later in the evenings with things that require me to really think, like write, be productive, my content. I do that early in the morning or late at night. In the middle of the day, I know it's not going to be as good. I'm just not as sharp. And so I encourage you to think about yourself and how you process. When are you at your best? When are you more in a lull time? Figure that stuff out. That aids you in your productivity. You know when to do certain types of activities. That too, being intentional about that too, will help move you towards the life that you're trying to create. And that's what being intentional is all about. Grabbing the clarity, knowing what it is you want to do, building a plan to get there, and breaking those big tasks down to bite-sized steps. One step at a time, one choice at a time, one decision at a time, moving from point A to point B so that you can see the progress. There is nothing like looking back and seeing all the things, having a notebook full of scratched outs or whatever it is how you track your progress. One of the things that I want to say to you guys about comparison. Comparison is the thief of joy. I'm sure you've heard that before. It's so true. If I try to compare myself to you guys, all I can do is compare to your right now. Maybe you create better videos. Maybe you're more succinct in how you deliver your message. Maybe your background looks better. I don't know. I can take a look and I can see things that are intimidating to me and make me go, oh, I only wish I could. I wish I was as good. But maybe you've been doing it for 20 years and I've been doing it for 1. So it's not a fair comparison. And I may never know that. All I see is the finished product. I don't see the hard work that you've put in. I don't see the planning that you've done. I don't see the no's that you got, the door slammed in your face, all the work that you did to get to what I'm admiring today. I only see that finished product, right? And so I want to encourage you. The only thing you really want to compare yourself to, Comedy Elmo, thank you so much for the hand hearts. I appreciate that. The only thing you want to compare yourself to is your yesterday. Am I better today than I was yesterday? Am I taking the necessary steps to move forward? Am I consistently getting better over time? If you can say yes to those things, then you should be thrilled with yourself. You should be so proud of you. You should see the progress and allow that to encourage you. And when you're looking back, when we look back, oftentimes we see where things didn't go wrong, didn't go right. We are so focused on and so aware of our quote unquote failures that that's typically what we see. But I guarantee you, if you take a good hard look at your life, you have been more successful. You've won more than you've lost. But we have a tendency to focus on the losses. So again, being intentional about where you're focusing your energy will help you as you continue to move forward. If you look back at your life, especially those of us who've really had some struggles, maybe you didn't have the best beginnings. Maybe you were struggling with, you came up in poverty. Maybe you had an abusive relationship. Maybe who knows? We all have our story, right? But no matter what your story is, you have gotten to today. You've gotten through everything that has happened so far. Maybe not as well as you'd have liked to. Maybe there's some scars, but those scars are reminders of just how strong you are. Those scars are reminders of just how resilient you are. So when you look at a scar, instead of remembering and being so upset all over again about the injury, remember that the scars are signs of healing. Focus on the fact that you've moved forward despite the things that this world has thrown at you. And use that as encouragement and as a reminder that you can do hard things, that you can continue to move through despite. And that way, when the next hard thing pops up, instead of you getting knocked down, you go, okay, I've been here before. Roll up your sleeves. I've done hard stuff before. I've gotten through these things before. My life tells me my life is proof that I can get through this because I've gotten through everything up to this point. I think sometimes we forget that and we just remember all the bad stuff, but not what it's taught us. It's taught us we're resilient. It's taught us that we can keep moving. It's taught us that we're stronger than we realized. It taught us that we can do hard things. We can overcome obstacles. So when you look, be intentional about how you're processing the life that you've lived to this point and see yourself victorious because you're still here. You're still tapping in. Right now, you could be doing anything, but you chose to sit here and listen to some lady that you don't even know talk about being intentional. There's a reason that you're here. There's something that you're doing that you're looking to create. There's an energy that you're tapping into because you're wanting to do something different. And that's wonderful. You're wanting something different than what you have, then that means you have to do something different than what you've always done. And your life is a testament of your ability to do that. I just want to encourage you to see it that way. And I want you to live intentionally. And it means waking up each morning with a clear sense of purpose and a commitment to live your life to the fullest. You can do it, whatever it is. If there's skills that you need, that's a part of the plan. I can't do that because I don't know this. Well, we live in an age where just about anything we know, we can find it out for free. We can get on YouTube, we can Google, we can learn about anything we really want to learn. So the question is, do you have a plan? And hopefully the answer is yes. Then the next question is, are you committed to the plan? We need another yes. Are you at that point to where you're ready to take the steps necessary to implement the plan? Because the plan doesn't get you anywhere until you actually put energy behind it and start doing the work, right? And you're capable. Your life has taught you that. And not only are you capable, you're deserving. You are capable and you are deserving. If your inner voice is not telling you that, DM me. I have a course. It's free. Transforming your inner critic into your inner advocate. Just send me a DM on whatever form of social media that you're on. And it's just a mini course, and it doesn't take very long, but it introduces you to a process to really tap into your inner voice. And then it gives you some really clear steps on how you can start to do the work to reframe any negative messaging that you uncover. There is no time like the present. If you're still beating yourself up, if you're still in your own way, now is the time to deal with that once and for all. Put that to bed so that you are pushing yourself forward and not holding yourself back. It doesn't mean you won't be fearful. It just means that you'll do it anyway. Most of us do the things that we do with fear. Part of fear is the unknown, right? How's this going to work? It's going to work because you are going to take the necessary steps. Sometimes it's going to be a misstep. What happens when I have a misstep? Hopefully, you learn. If you have a misstep, a failure, however you want to frame it, that's a learning opportunity. That's the difference between a growth mindset and a fixed mindset. When you have a mindset that says, I will continue to grow, I will learn from every situation. We learn most when we're in a tough spot. We are most creative. We figure things out, right? Think about all the inventions in the world. Most of them were done, especially in the beginning, out of necessity, right? A lot of things we needed to be able to see when the sun was down. So somebody created the light bulb, right? Created ways for us to do that without fire so we didn't keep burning our huts. So necessity is the mother of invention. That's an old saying, but it's true. So when you're in a tight spot, when things are hard, when you're more in a valley experience versus a mountaintop experience, but if you can move from thinking about the fact that you're in the valley to focusing on the solutions to get out of the valley. I'm grateful that I'm still here. I'm grateful that my mind is still sound. I'm grateful that I have an opportunity to learn whatever the situation is going to teach me. And you start to change that mindset. And you start to focus away from the problem and start to look for the solution. And the solution will come. It will come. So the best thing that you can do, be solution oriented. Allow that creativity to flow. And before you know it, you will have come up with things that you never thought of that's going to move you out of that situation. And you'll start getting closer and closer out of that valley and back to the mountaintop. That's where you get the beautiful views. That's where you get to see all that you've accomplished. And you also get to see the possibilities ahead. So just hang in there. Whatever you're going through right now, hang in there and purpose in your mind that you're going to do what's necessary to keep moving forward. We never want to stop in the middle of a storm. You don't want to get stuck in the storm. You want to move through the storm. And you're perfectly capable of doing so. And so I just wanted to encourage you with that. That's what we're talking about today, living with intention. And Michael Hyatt's quote is, living intentionally means waking up each morning with a clear sense of purpose and a commitment to live your life to the fullest. Again, that's Michael Hyatt. Look him up. Write that down. put it in your spirit. And realize that if you have a plan for your day and you're willing to work that plan, your day becomes your tomorrow. You're building new habits, new muscles that are going to keep you moving forward. That's the difference. Those bite size, the reason breaking your goals down, it keeps you from being overwhelmed, one. But the other thing is it helps you to develop the habits and integrate those habits into your life so that you're able to maintain your level up. There's a difference in grinding and working and building a fortune versus winning the lottery. If you're grinding and you're working, you're making good decisions, you're saving, you're investing, you're doing the necessary things, and you amass your fortune, you have the skills to continue to maintain that fortune. If you win the lottery, hopefully you're somebody who has those skills, because if you're not, there's a good chance that the money will be gone in a matter of months or in a short time, because you don't know how to manage it. You got that big windfall, and if you don't have people around you to help you make a good decision, you'll find that you lose it just as quickly as you got it because you didn't have the necessary skills to maintain that level up. That's the beauty of step by step, choice by choice, doing the right things for you. When you do that, you can maintain the level up. So I want you to be intentional. I want you to realize that you're deserving and that you're capable. Dream. Figure out what it is that you really want. Then decide what it's going to take to get from where you are to where you'd like to be. And then you put all of that into practice by developing a plan and working that plan all the way back from the end to step by step daily activities, new habits that are going to help you get there. If you do that, you will win. Don't let anybody tell you differently. You're able to win. You've already won because you're still here. You're still moving forward. So just allow yourself to see the best version of you. Dream what it is that best version of you wants, and then commit and do the work to get there. If you do that, I guarantee that you will see success in the phases of your life that you're doing that you're taking on those habits. And if you're struggling internally, like I said, I'm Cassandra Terry. I didn't even introduce myself at the beginning, I don't think. I'm Cassandra Terry. I'm a life coach that really focuses on mindset. My mantra is the voice within wins. I believe that what we believe about ourselves, indicates how our life is going to go way more than any external circumstance ever will. We as a people, we as individuals, we have all been through so much. And we've gotten through it up to this point, and we can continue to do that. But that mindset really helps us determine what that experience is going to be like. How low are the lows? How high are the highs? A lot of that is mindset. How long am I stuck in this difficult situation? A lot of that is mindset, because maybe you're not focused on the solution. You're still just overwhelmed by the problem. So if you're struggling internally with any of the mindset stuff, you need to do the work to reframe that inner voice so that it's working with you and not against you. Send me a DM and I'll shoot you over my free mini course. It's transforming your inner critic into your inner advocate. I believe it'll help. It doesn't take very long, but it does introduce some things that you can do over and over again that will help you to do that work and to really get to know your inner voice. If you want something deeper than that, you can find me on all the forms of social media. Just drop me a DM and we will go from there. If you guys are interested in the vision board party, it is next Monday, the 8th at 6 p.m. Central, a virtual vision board party. I'll walk you through a goal setting workshop to help you get that clarity that you need so that it's not just a craft project, but that you're actually keyed into the things that you want to accomplish. We'll do that, and then once that's done, we'll move into the actual creation of your vision board. And then you walk away with something that's going to keep you grounded in what it is that you're wanting to accomplish. So thank you guys for listening in. I am Cassandra Terry, your manifesting miracle maker. Remember, the voice within wins. Doing that inner work is the work of your lifetime. It changes everything. When you know that you're capable and know that you're deserving and you're operating from that standpoint, the world will get out of your way and align with those goals. Nothing will stop you. So I will be back tomorrow. What's today? Wednesday, right? Yep. So tomorrow's Thursday, Thankful Thursday. I'll be back at 7:15 a.m. Central tomorrow, and we will have a conversation around gratitude and the power of gratitude in helping you achieve the life that you desire as well. So thank you for listening in. Hopefully see you back here tomorrow, 7:15 a.m. Central. Bye, everybody. Thank you.
Thank you for joining us for this episode of the Cassandra Terry Morning Show. We hope that you join us tomorrow for another episode. For advertising or sponsorship questions, reach out to Cassandra or any one of the Fam 5 on their LinkedIn profiles. Have a great day, everyone.